Hey, welcome to the Gary Abbott YouTube channel, talking villages again today. I wanted to put something in perspective. Uh, the villages, there's a lot of wonderful things. Clubs, and not, like card game clubs, social clubs. There's a lot of great things with entertainment at squares. There's a lot of great golf cart paths to ride around on. There's a lot of fun things to do. But I also want to talk about the core things that you want to make sure you have set up when you think about moving in retirement. Now, I've done a previous video on this, but what do you expect to do when you are retired? To me, this question, I have to bring this back up because I think people miss it, and I only recognize it when I see questions. Questions like, I'm single, and what am I going to do? Or how do I join a club? Or are the clubs cliquey? Or how do I find groups to get together with? And it all comes back to this one thing. And then there's others that are like, I hate the villages because, it's so structured, or it's so. And these things all kind of clash for me because you can have it a lot of different ways. First of all, yes, it may not be that easy to jump right in. People are friendly, but to jump right in and go, I can go to anything I want and get right in. The answer to that one is probably a no. It's great that there's 3,000 plus clubs or social groups or activities to do, but not all of them are completely wide open. And I'm not trying to be a downer. I'm not trying to be negative, but I don't want people to believe like you buy a house in the villages and you're in the club. Well, no. What do you do if you're a person like me who plays golf randomly and I don't know anybody there? I can sign up to play golf, but I may not be as comfortable unless I had, some friends to do it with. Same with social clubs. So, or there was a person who just didn't think it was as friendly as people made it out to be. And this is where I'm trying to be real cautious in how I present it to you. I think what you need to do is figure out what is life like for you in retirement. If you're just looking for the perfect community, this may be it. This may also may not be it. Because you have to kind of adapt. You have to get out, put yourself out there, join a group, get to know some people, get invited to some things. It's going to take time. So if you think you're going to just jump in, that's why lifestyle visits are important. Maybe taking or renting for a month before you come down so you can try to get into some. Because here's what I found. I got so busy looking at golf carts, buying furniture for the house. I didn't actually join any social groups. I only recently went to a class on keto diets. And not every group's going to be a fit. You're going to go to this. I went to this class and I've done keto, and yeah, it's a diet. It works to a degree. You got to stick with it. It's all the same. Okay, I can go on and on. The point is, what does retirement look like for you? And make sure when you do this analysis of what it looks like for you, it's achievable. Don't make it look like you want to retire and you want to become a super athlete. It ain't going to happen. Probably not going to happen. If you're athletic, yeah, joining a group and being in a group, or say you're into softball and you're older, you're going to join the softball league, it fits. But if you're like me, who hasn't played baseball since I was 15, no, I'm not probably jumping into baseball. New sports, maybe, maybe not. It works out. Like I tried pickleball, hurt my leg. I'm going to try it again, but a lot slower this time. I'm going to get up to the build-up. But what this video I'm trying to say is, do those questions that I put in this other video. Make sure the villages will work for you, whether you get into these dream social clubs or sport things that you dream up. It may not be quite as easy as you think it is. Now, I'm saying people are super friendly. I am not saying that people aren't super friendly, but it is a community. When you got 150,000 people, you got 150,000 people. Most have the same thoughts going into the villages of how it's going to be. So you're on a right step with a lot of people versus living in your current community that you got young people doing their own thing, you got people with kids, you've got all these other businesses doing things. The villages does scope it down, but within that, you got to recognize the things you're going to lose. The grandkids, maybe as much, the family, the work-related social part. If you're really interconnected with what you did for a living for umpteen years and you want to stay connected, moving off to the villages won't do that. So I'm just cautioning, really understand what your vision is. And the reason probably I'm bringing this up recently is, can you be happy if you weren't in all these social groups or doing, what would you do? And I really think about this. For me, ideally, is to have a nice house that I like, that I don't mind being in for periods of time when it's raining in Florida, or you just don't want to do anything. You just want to relax. Is there enough to do there? One of the things I found is my home is really quiet. When I'm at my house, and I don't know if it's the construction, the new construction, it's quiet. It's quieter than any house I've ever had. And that's probably a good thing. That means I'm not hearing my neighbors, I'm not hearing other people, no street traffic. It is really quiet, peaceful. But do you have enough of your own personal hobbies, your own things to do? Like for me, a typical day will be when I get up, I would probably get the newspaper and read the newspaper, look at activities that I might want to join, or what art festivals are happening, what car shows are happening. Is there a baseball card collector meeting? Is there an RC club that's racing cars that I want to go see? Is there a pool event like water volleyball or aerobics that I want to do? I might look at the newspaper and plan out 2 or 3 days. I probably am not going to run at the pace like when you do a lifestyle visit or you're there for a short period of time trying to cram everything in. I'm probably going to go a lot slower. Some of the things that I found that I do that I don't do anywhere else but in the villages, I just get in the golf cart and go for a ride. Like at dusk, or just watching the sunset, or traveling around and, going to a town square. I might not even stay there. I might just go for who's there and what's it look like. Is it packed? Is the band good? And I might head back home. A typical day for me when it's hot is I'm going to go to the pool. Which pool? Who knows? When I was first there, I think I did 3 pools in one day. It was more of a challenge. Wouldn't do that all the time, but maybe I'd mix it up and go to a different pool just for a change. These are the kind of things that you can do in the villages that don't need other people. You don't need to have this group you belong to. I feel very satisfied in that. I feel very satisfied that I can kind of do what I want. And I think that is a real benefit, but that is not because of the villages. That's because of my mindset that I can do whatever I want and as much or as little as I want and still be happy. I think that's the key. Can you be happy if some of those things you're thinking will work out or that you're going to do don't happen? I have found that it works out for me. But I want you to think about it. What makes you happy, and do you think the villages will fill the hole? For some people, it won't. And I'm just putting it on the table in a quick video here that just says, really understand what you're getting into. And don't think it's Disney 7 days a week to every day. It's not. You've got your normal life things you got to do, buy some groceries. You'll go out to eat once in a while. You go to the movies. You can do some other things. But be happy in your regular life things that you do. And I think that's the purpose of this video is I'm being somewhat cautious because I've I've discussed so many fun things at the villages that I don't want everybody to be like, I'm going to do that. Like, I don't know if I can get into another water volleyball. When it's crowded and everybody wants to do it, you might not get into a group to get in. And it may be a little frustrating. Pickleball, courts may be full. Maybe it's a groups that are already organized. You're not part of the groups. You're not going to get in. I'm just trying to bring some reality to, I've been invited to a lot of these things, like show up. We'll get you in at pickleball. But you got to be that type of person that you're open for. Hey, if it's full, you can walk away and say, hey, I didn't do that today. Maybe another day. So think of it that way. Every time I'm part-time in the villages, I have so many things I got to get done. I get busy with those things. But I'm at this stage where I just want to go and put my feet up. I just want to be in a place in which I can do things that I want to do. If you're like that, you'll be successful wherever you move. But I also think the villages offer you some opportunities that other places do not. And therefore, I'm not dishing it. I'm just saying, if you move there and it's not ideal, it wasn't as friendly as you thought or outgoing as you thought, you kind of got to go with the flow. Usually most of us who are older recognize that. We also recognize that there's people that you relate to really well and there's people that you don't. You'll get there. But, I am so booked. I'm going to be in the villages and I'm having trouble getting everything in that has nothing to do with all those clubs and side activities that I want to do, but I haven't found enough time yet. And so I find it interesting that I just need to put this video out that easy is the way to go. And thanks for watching this video. I don't know if this is any good. Like and subscribe. I've got some really good ones coming. I don't want to give them away because I'll take my videos and we'll run with the concepts. But I got some super ones coming. But I just want to say the Villages, it's still a community. It's still filled with people, a lot of nice people, but don't get your expectations like everyone has the same expectations and what they plan. But watch this other video. I'll put it on the screen here. Watch this video before you retire, before you select a place to retire to, and see what fits. Because you don't want to be that person who made a mistake. You want to be that person who said, I knew what I was getting into and I like it. Thanks for watching.